Hi guys, Pankaj here. So today we're going to talk about objects and fields. And to start with your work, either you could create a playground or connect an org as I showed you in the previous video. If you have any doubt, you could look into the previous video or let me know in the comments. So before we actually log into our playground or org, we will be going for an Excel sheet. Okay. Now it's not going to be an Excel lesson, but we will be using Excel to understand the concepts, that is objects and fields. So let's get started with it. Okay, so the first thing is, what is object actually is. Basically the object is a storehouse of information, or you could say it's a container which stores information, and the type of information it stores are basically called fields. So let's take an example. Suppose we want to store information of all the students studying in a school. Okay, so let the object name be student. Now what are the information we will be storing in it? Like the first information that comes is the name of the children or the student, and then the roll number which is unique to identify a student, and then the class, like in the class in which they are studying, their contact number, obviously their parents, and the address, and so on, many things like their achievements and all. We want to add that we could do. So let's say an example. Let's say suppose this is an object and we call it a student. Okay, it's a student. Now the first thing here is, say its roll number, then say roll number. After that we would be using the name. Okay, then the class, and then class. After that we would have contact, and then we have the address. Okay, now let's add some roll number. Let's say make the roll number be simple as 1, 2 and 3. Okay, for the better understanding. Let's the name of the student be, say, Pankaj, that's my name, and then maybe some other's name, Sankita. Okay, and then we have other name as, we say, Pooja or something. These are just random names, nothing more. Okay, so after that the class comes. Like what should we add in the class? Say it's a 8th class student, it's a 7th standard student, and maybe a 6th standard student. Okay, now they have a roll number 9899, and then 5677. Just putting random numbers, nothing more. Okay, address, say Delhi, just for understanding, Mumbai, Pune. Okay, let's add another student. Say the 4th name is, say, Rahul, and its class, his class is also 6th. Okay, maybe let's take an example as Pooja and Rahul are siblings. Like I will tell you why I've taken them sibling. Okay, let's say their contact name is same. Okay, now they both live in Pune. Okay, now there are other few terms that you also need to understand with other than object and fields. Okay, so first, this is an object, name, student, and these are the fields, roll number, name, class. Each of them is actually a particular record of this object. Okay, so this is a record 1, this is a record 2, this is a record 3, record 4. Now as you can see, suppose someone wants to uniquely identify a record. Like as you can see, we could use either a phone number or roll number, because two students could have the same number, they could have the same class, and the address could be same here. Okay, but as you can see, these two have same contact number, so contact could not be used to uniquely identify record, but roll number could always be used. Criteria to identify uniquely a record or has a name, like such a field has a name there, that's a record name, which is used to uniquely identify a record. Okay, now we will be going into our playground or the org, whichever you are using, to understand the concepts. So hopefully these things are clear. So let's move out to our org. Okay, so let's launch it and see how it looks like. I just created for the video purpose this playground. Let it load. So when you see on your org, like in Salesforce, there are two types of objects. One are standard that comes with the Salesforce itself, and the custom which you create. As you can see, these accounts, files, opportunity, these all are the standard object which are basically provided by the Salesforce. but I will show you how do you create your custom object. And first let's look how the object actually look in Salesforce. Okay, click on this one. This is our account. Let's click this one. Okay, as you can see, these are the details page, and you can see the various fields here. Okay, now there is one additional benefits when we talk about objects in Salesforce. They comes with the page layout. As you can see, this page layout is way better than understanding the data in Excel. So they comes by default with the page layout. And also one thing, you could create your own page layout. Let's see how actually we create objects. Okay, and also as I told you, object comes in two flavors, custom and standard. Same goes with the fields, as you could add some fields in this already a standard object called account and other standard object as well. So you could create custom fields for the custom object as well as the standard object. So to create a custom object, so you go to this setting icon and go to this setup. Okay, let it load. Now once it loads, you go to this object manager. There are two ways to create custom objects. Either you could go and create custom object, or you could do this. I generally prefer this, so you will be using this new object. When you click this, you will land on a screen where you will need to provide certain details to create object, and we will be understanding each of these values that we will be providing. So the first thing is label. What is a label actually is? Label is the name that you are seeing on the layout. Basically, for example, account you are seeing here. As you go to contacts, you will be seeing contact here. Let me open a record once it load. Okay, as you can see, this is the label. Basically the name that appears on the page layout is a label. So for that our object, since we are talking about students, so let's make our object name be student. Okay, and next thing is a plural label, basically plural of it, students. Okay, so now what is the use of it? Basically whenever you add tabs of these objects like this, you can see everything is in a plural name. Okay, and also when you search your object here, basically to search an object you just click here. Okay, and type say account, it would be as accounts. Yeah, as you can see here. So that is the use of plural name. Now the other thing is object name. Most of the people get confused here. Object name is basically an API name. Those who don't know API name, no worry, we will be dealing in the integration and API later on, but for now you can understand the object name, which is a API name, is used by external system which want to interact with this object, or may want to fetch certain information of this object, or may want to add certain information in this object. Okay, or by the Apex, which is a Salesforce programming language which is used to do the backend and all. Okay, so suppose that programming language Apex want to have an access of this, so it will be using the API name for that. Once I create a API name, it's a student, but the API name would be student underscore C. With every API name, it's add underscore C, whether it's a field or an object, underscore C is added. Okay, so that's the first thing. And now these are, leave it for now. And record name, as I said, record name is kind of a unique way to search in a search result. Okay, so for that, let our unique number be roll number for now. Okay, roll number. Now it comes into two types of data type. Either you want it as a text or an auto number. Auto number will automatically be generated. Okay, like for example, you don't need to type that, it will be automatically generated. So like to show you auto number, we will be using auto number here. Like you could also create a field for auto number as well. We will look into fields in just a while. Okay, no worry about the fields. So it's asking for the format, like what type of format you want. Let it to be r_dash 000. Okay, and the first number we want is starting number to be 1. Now to help you understand like how the number would appear, let me go to that Excel sheet. Okay, since we chose the format as r000, so the first number that will generate would be r001. As we said, starting number would be 1. Next would be r002, and after that it would be r003. Okay, it will increment by 1 every time. Okay, so this is our starting number and this is allowed. Now there are other options. Allow reports means you want the reports to be able to access this object, so we want to allow it. Allow activities basically like salesman creating an account for a customer whom he is dealing with. Now he may want to have a call with a customer or may want to meet him at some places. all these things come into activities where he is interacting with the customer. All these things comes here, so we want to allow them. And track field history is basically when the last time the field was modified and who modified it and all. Allow in chatter groups, basically is a chatter group where we could talk about an object and attach that object and all. Okay, if we want to talk about an object and want to have certain discussion on an object, we could do that, so we would allow that. Okay, and let's allow other things. And now one thing is there, allow search is help you to search the object. As you can see, when this setting is enabled, your user can find records of this object when they search. That's simple. Now you need to tick this one, either you tick here, or if you not, you will have a other way to access this thing. Now let me tell you what this basically, it's a tab which create an icon for the object. As you can see, for contact this is an icon. Okay, and now if you go to accounts, it will also have an icon like this tab, or basically, so you create this icon using this. Okay, here you can see. And other thing is also that is useful for this when you allow this setting is basically, I was talking about this setting. Okay, so suppose you go here and you search say account. As you can see, you are able to search this only when you allow that tab wizard option. If you don't, you will not be able to. Okay, there's other ways to do that I will show you. First we will just click allow for it. Okay, and also you could not add a tab like this in an app. Basically this is an app created in Salesforce itself. We will be talking about how to create app, what is an app actually in a Salesforce is later on. For now we will be understanding object and fields only. Okay, so hope you are clear about this setting. First I will show you with this setting, and then I will show you other way. Suppose if you have forgotten to do that, what is the way to do that? Okay, we will just click save. For now we have provided all the information, I have explained you all the terms, so that hopefully you are able to understand it. Okay, so just we will now click save and have create an object. Okay, it's getting created. Okay, yeah, now this is another screen which I was talking about tab. Basically we want to select an icon for the student tab, so let's see if there is anything related to a student. Let's say this one. Okay, and just click next for now, and next. You don't need to understand these things for now, we will come into this later on. Okay, just click next and next, and just a save. So tab is created. Okay, so our student object is created and its tab is created. So let's see if it's available in the search bar here. Let's see, it's available. Okay, why it's student, it would be as students. As I already told you, the plural name comes here. Okay, students is here, we can see, and we haven't created much of the fields, so we will look into that as well. Okay, so these is the detail. And also I want to tell you few things. There are two types of fields, like I previously told you as well, like custom and standard. So there is some standard fields that comes with every object. As you can see, last modified, created by, and owner, these are the fields that comes with it. And this is our record name that we created with a name as roll number. Okay, these are the system fields. Okay, we will be looking into how do we create certain more fields. Okay, for now let's see how that auto number is working. Okay, just click on this new. Since I already told you roll number, which is an auto number, you would not provide it, it will be added automatically generated. We haven't added any of the fields for now, so there would not be any field. We will add fields in a while. Just save it, and you will see that a number is R001 is generated. Okay, and now let's create another student. Okay, just click on new again and just save it, because we haven't provided any field, so we don't have to provide any details. So that's just I want to show you how auto number is actually working. Okay, and now since I have talked about that at record name is used to uniquely search, so if you type R002 here, you will be able to find these things. Yeah, with that you are able to search it. Okay, that's what I was talking about. Okay, since we are done with these fields and all, okay, before we move further into the fields, I want you to look into few concepts that we have understood so far. Okay, for example, objects, I told you they are containers of information, comes with user interface and page layout that you can link with it or connect with it, this term that comes with user interface and page layout. Okay, and then it comes with two types of objects: standard inbuilt created by Salesforce, custom created by you working on Salesforce while you work on Salesforce. Okay, fields, type of information that you store in objects. Okay, for example, storing student information such as roll number, that we already looked into it with an example. Now move to further ahead. So these are the terms that we understood: label, name of the object shown in user interface, plural name used when you search the object, object name, it's a API name used by external system, record name, the field of start, store a record's unique name, can be text or auto number, allow reports to make the object available for reports, allow activities, and allow in chatter group, and track history. That we understood and seen. Okay, now let's move further ahead about fields that we will be looking into it. As like with the object, field also comes with two things: field label, which is a user interface name, and field name, which is an API name. Okay, now fields also comes with two flavors: standard and custom, that we understood. Okay, now there are also other things that you need to understand, like there is a field type of identity. It's a 15 digit character case sensitive field that is automatically generated for every record. I will show you how it looks like. It's present in the URL of it. Okay, now the system generated fields are like read only fields, like created date, last modified ID, last modified name, which I showed you, and the name is a record, basically a record name that distinguish between them uniquely. Okay, that I told you about, and custom, that we are going to create it. Hope these terms are clear to it. So now with any other ado, let's move back to our playground. Okay, so we are back to our playground, and about the unique ID I was talking about, let's do it. As you can see, this is a record, and this is a unique ID of this record. Okay, from here to till here. Okay, this is the ID I was talking about. It is generated automatically for every record, and it's different for every record. Like it's a R001. If you go to R002, you will find it's something different. Okay, so let's move back to our fields. Okay, so how do we create fields? Just go to this fields and relationship. Basically, you will go to this object manager from the setup here, like setup, click, and you will land on this page. Go to the object manager and search your object here. Like our object name was student. Okay, we search it, and then after clicking on it, you will go to fields and relationships. Basically, it's a way where you create your fields. So you just click on new. Now there comes the first thing that you will see is the data types. For now, you could ignore, like basically from formula to external lookup, you could ignore for now. We will be dealing in this field later on. Okay, in the later videos. I mean, auto number you already saw, like how you create, and it's automatically generated. Okay, so no need for me to explain it now, but other objects I will, like other data type, like checkbox, you will be able to understand by on, like it's a tick box, like there is a box, either you tick it or untick it. Then currency is a field with a dollar. Okay, date, time, email, geolocation, number, percent, and percent. You could allow user to enter a percentage number on your, and the number, like the percentage sign, it automatically add. Then there is a phone field where you enter the phone number. Pick list, basically it's a drop down where you need to select so many fields. Okay, text area, and text area long, text area, and it's all are understandable. So let's go to that Excel sheet and design fields with respect to that. Roll number we designed. Okay, now in the name field, so we want to design a name field. Okay, so as you can see here, which field you think of type is good for or your name? Basically it need to be a text, so we select a text. We select next. Okay, let's it to be a name maybe. Okay, and like let it be student name for understanding, student name. Okay, field name, just remove it and it will be auto populated. You just click this one and click back this one. Length, how many number of characters you want to, let make it a 30 characters. Okay, now description is for the developers who designed this. Okay, so that if other developer comes to work on it, so he is able to understand like why this field is created and what is the purpose of this field. Okay, so let's write it stores the name of the student for the student object. Student, let it as students for the student object. Okay, now basically help text is to help the other guy who's working on that object when filling that details, will be able to understand what this field actually do. Okay, so we will say name of student. I will tell you how it looks. It comes with a balloon, and on that I balloon you click, you get this information, name of student. Okay, that we do. Okay, do not allow duplicates, so that we don't want these duplicates to be allowed it, or always require a value in this field. Make it required. Like for example, if we made it a required, you can't save the details without putting the value in this. Okay, so let's make it required and make it. Now just click next. You can ignore this for now, just go next and just save it. Now we have created the name. Okay, I will create all the fields and will explain few of the important data types along the way, and we'll see in a one go how it looks. Okay, now go to that Excel sheet. Name we done. Now class. Now since in a school there could be many classes, for example, if someone is filling, we want that he must be aware, like till how many class that school is, like it's from 1st to 5th or 1st to 8th or 1st to 10th or 1st to 12th, so that he is able to understand. He don't need to ask someone else and then fill the data. So we will be using a drop down where all the available classes will be available. Go to new, and we will be using pick list. Okay, which is a drop down. As you can see, there are two pick list multi select and pick list. In pick list you could select only one value. In multi pick list you can select many value, as with the name it's clear. So just select this pick list and create next. Now let's name it to be the classes. Okay, class, just name it to the class. Okay, now there are two options: use a global pick list value or enter value. Basically, when you use a global pick list value set, means someone stores some certain value some place, and you just using that value, fetching that global. When we select this option, we are actually fetching a list created by someone else. So since I haven't created anyone, so it is not available. We will looking into global pick list when we talk about pick list and all. Okay, for now select this option and enter the detail menu. For now assume that the school we are talking about is till say 8th. So just type 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, I have written 67. Okay, so just fill the value. And now we want to, since it's already in a order, so no need for this. Use the first value as a default. Maybe we could, let's say, just first would be appearing as a default value. Okay, it's already in a alphabetically order, no need to do that. Class, okay, class is done, it comes automatically. And then description and help text I already explained previously. Now required is done, and there is other one option. Yeah, this one I want to explain. Restrict pick list to the values defined in the value set. Basically we want the pick list values to be restricted to this value only, so that from external system or through Apex nobody could change the value. Okay, that's done. Description is just right, stores the classes available for students. Okay, help text is select the class student is studying in. Select the class student is studying in. Okay, it's done. Select. Okay, I have forgotten to add the E. Okay, this is done. Okay, required, you want to make it, let's make it required. Okay, just click next. I will design everything in a one go, and we will look into it one by one. Okay, that's way it's simple to understand. Okay, just save it. Now we have designed class. Now we want to add contact number. Okay, so let's go back to that. Okay, for again select new, and you see there is a data type for phone. We will select that. Okay, phone is where here, this is one of phone. Yeah, just select next, and let's say we added contact number. Okay, contact number we added. Okay, description and help text we just write stores contact number of student. Let's ignore the help text for now. Hope you are till now, you right now you will be able to know, like, hope you are like, now you are able to, now you must be aware of help text, so let's ignore that for now. Okay, required, we don't want to make it a required. Okay, just click next, and then it's and next, and just save it. Okay, now the next field that is remaining is address only. Okay, for address we will be selecting, let me show you which data type we will be selecting for it. Like there are text area rich, we don't want it to be some other fonts and all, we want simple area. Either you select this one or this one. Yeah, like as you can see, area allow users to enter up to this much characters and this much, which you want you could select. Okay, but address are generally don't go this long, so we will just select this one. Okay, and then just select next, and we will writing address. Okay, and description we just write stores address of student. Okay, help text, required, we don't want to make it required, just click next. And save. Yeah, I also want to add one more field that we could also see understand, so that we could understand new data type with that. Okay, that would be okay, let's first look how it looks and then we come to it if we want to add external features. That would be good because we have created so many fields and haven't seen how it actually looks. Okay, so we go here and refresh this thing. So let's say we create a new one and from there we understand. Okay, click on new and you will see the student name. Let's say it's Pankaj. Okay, Pankaj, and it's the help text that we name of the student, and here it's select the class student is studying in. Let's say he's studying in 8th standard. Okay, so we selected the class and let's roll number is 888, like mean contact number, not the roll number one. Roll number will be auto generated. Address would be, let's say, New Delhi. Okay, and after that we just save it. Okay, save it, and you see all the details are available. Now I talked about another field that I want to show you. Let's go back and go to that object that would be students. Okay, it was student, not students. Yeah, now go back to the fields and relationships, and now select a new one that I want to show you is a % field that we haven't did it. Next we would say and now we write here marks. Okay, let's hit 18 and say store sorry, let's say store marks of students. Okay, after that we just go to the next one. Yeah, it's loaded. Then next, and just save it and see if it's available on there. Now the marks is created. Let's refresh this thing. Okay, students is removed. Let's go for there. students. Let's create a new one and hope it's visible there. Yeah, it's visible. Okay, so just create a new student. Say what was the other guy's name? Let's say Pooja. Okay, let's say she is studying in 6th standard. Contact number would be 888. Okay, address, say it's New Delhi again. Okay, and marks, let's say she got say 90%. Okay, let's say 99. Okay, as you know, there's the one meme that comes in this mind when a girls crying over 1% and boys are not even crying for like 60% of, like, just getting 60% of marks. Yeah, that's kind of thing. Okay, just save it and see. Yeah, it's visible 99% and all. So that's all from my side for today. We will look into other functionality in coming videos, and we will move we will move step by step and reach our goals of the clear understanding of the Salesforce platform. So for now, that's all. Thank you.